Wayne wanted me to make a video about a moment in my career that had a positive impact on me, and motivated me to want to help others. And I don't know that it was just one moment. Um, I'm a teacher. I've always wanted to be a teacher, and that's something that motivates me to help others. Is I do it daily. But as far as just my officiating career, there was a moment where I kind of felt comfortable doing it. And it was in 2021. There was a summer. There was a summer where I had knee surgery, and Wayne had a clinic at Oklahoma Baptist University, and we were putting it on. And even though I wasn't necessarily like a clinician or anything like that, or an instructor or anything, I was still part of the group. And I had just had knee surgery, so I wasn't able to work on the floor, but I still came by to hang out. And we were going through just kind of like front court positioning and reporting to the table. And I'm sitting there next to Wayne, and Brandon Porter is walking from C opposite the table to the table, and we couldn't quite get his timing down. And I specifically remember, because I had the same issue, was I would start reporting way too early. And so Brandon goes, and I'm sitting there next to Wayne, and I just said, "Hey, can I say something?" And he's like, "Yeah, by all means." And he was real. I mean, he just gave me the green light to kind of say whatever I wanted. He didn't even know what I was going to say or anything. He trusted me to do that. And I really appreciate him doing that, because it without even really thinking about it or anything, he allowed me to be incredibly comfortable helping others. And I'm really grateful for him for that. So that was one moment. And then, I mean, ever since then, I've felt comfortable speaking up and saying something, which at the beginning of my career, I wasn't. But, ever since then, I feel like I have some information that I can share with people that can be helpful, and to help motivate them to be better. So thank you, Wayne.
Hi, guys. So a moment in my career that's impacted me in a positive manner and contributed to my motivation to help others was the first time that I felt true rejection. My first summer going to camps to get into the college level, I got into one conference, but I didn't get into the other that a lot of my friends got into on the first try. And that was really devastating for me, because I did have people that were leading me and mentoring me and felt that I was ready to try this camp, but it wasn't the right people for the path that I personally wanted to walk. The rejection hurt quite a bit at first, but it led me to a group of people that cared deeply about my success. What I didn't see when I was attending camps for the first year was looking past the idea of trying to be picked up in a league. I should have been more focused on the relationships I was forming by attending the camps and the mentors that were available to me and the breadth of knowledge that I could gain through forming those meaningful relationships with other people. When I changed my mindset after a little bit of wallowing, and allowed myself to form those new relationships with others, um, it helped because they had already been there, and that was when my career completely changed its path. Opportunities presented themselves, and I was ready to take them because I had mentors around me who knew me and helped me take the next steps forward. I haven't gotten there yet where I want to be, but what I have done is gained experiences quickly, and in a short amount of time, in the hopes that I can take those experiences and take what others did for me in a moment that really did feel very much like failure, but what was a huge turning point in my career. So as long as I'm earning my games will be there. It's never going to hurt me to share the knowledge I've gained from my experiences. And it would be the greatest gift to watch someone I've helped surpass me in the games worked and the levels reached. So here I am. I'm ready to share any knowledge that I've gained, any big mistakes that I've made, because there's a lot of mistakes that I've made. So take all that you want and have at it. Thanks, guys.
I think one of the most important moments in my career that helped me realize I have or helped me be inspired to help others was after I went to my first women's camp. Um, I wasn't a very good referee. I didn't know the rules. I just kind of knew where to stand and what looks like a foul, what looks like a travel. When I get back from that, probably about a week later, I went to my first referee training, and I had never really talked about the rules or talked about I guess different mechanics like where to stand, like who picks up the corner and stuff like that, and who's primary, what call is at a certain time. So um, I'm having a conversation with some other referees, and it comes up that I don't know the definition of a travel. So at that moment, I realized that I had never been told why we do something. So I always knew, I didn't always know, but I developed a way to know how to do something to make me look like I know what I'm doing, but I didn't know why I was doing it. So um, that can get you in a lot of trouble because um, if I don't know the rules or I don't know the mechanics, why we do it, then I can't apply that and learn. So that right there made me realize that I got a long ways to go. So um, I started thinking of different ways that I could get better. And then from there, it went on to me. I try to think of how to keep others out of that situation. So uh, helping others realize the why we're doing it and make them want to figure out why we do something rather than how to do it. Because anyone can show you how to do something and you can copy that and mimic it, but that doesn't really help you in the long run because if something changes or there's a time that looks similar but we don't use that same mechanic or you misapply a rule or something like that because someone told you how to do it, um, you're gonna miss the point why, and I don't think you're ever gonna really progress yourself. I mean, some people do, but I mean, you're never gonna be super successful if you don't know why you're doing something. So, yep, that's pretty much it.
The very first time I came down to have a training session with Wayne and Alan and Bob O'Dean, Jamaica Cannon brought me down from Oklahoma State Intramurals. And I'd been doing that for a handful of years, um, gone to some regional tournaments, gotten some awards. So, man, I thought I was about the best of the best, is really what I thought. I thought I'll give this a shot, but I've reached my peak. I remember the very first game that I was officiating. I got a visit from Bob Bodine. Came up behind me, and this is something that I'll never ever forget. Bob Bodine's not a small gentleman. He's about 6'6". I'm not. I'm about 6 foot. And he came up behind me, and I won't use the exact language that he used, but you'll get the gist. He said, "This isn't your 13th game to work. You better get your butt in gear if you ever want to work for me." And that gave me a moment of pause that, hey, you know what? I'm not anywhere near as good as I think I am. And I came back the next week. It was exactly the thing that I needed. Fast forward a few years, I was a trainer at Oklahoma State Intramurals at that time, and I really found that one of the things that I absolutely love to do is to teach officiating. A few years went by, even more. Steve Searles and I started running the Greater Tulsa Officials Association. We started a camp that him and I spent countless nights and hours planning and trying to execute. And those seriously are some of the most valuable memories that I have with basketball officiating, is sitting there and teaching people, teaching the game and passing the game on to the next generation of officials is part of our duty as referees. We have to bring up the new generation. We have to bring up new people. That's kind of that's the story of how I got started in all of this and how it really took me down the path that I wanted to go down. Thanks for having me. I really enjoy it, and I look forward to seeing everybody in the summer.